With all its attractive perks, from product giveaways to brand sponsorships and even all expenses paid trips, it's easy to think that the lives of bloggers are all smooth sailing. The reality is, it's not always what it's cut out to be in the square dimensions of Instagram. With 8 years of blogging experience below her belt, 22-year-old Jess says that she still cannot rely on blogging as her only source of income.
So for me personally, I'm pretty select with the brands that I do work with, because I think it is a responsibility as a public figure somewhat to be careful with what you share with your readers, because you are in a position of influence. So I don't want to compromise on that authentic brand or voice, in order to just make money.
This is not uncommon for many bloggers out there. But for the small percentage that land credible brand sponsorships, they become successful in turning their hobby into an empire. Associate Marketing Professor Francois explains the unconventional ways in which bloggers both acquire their income while building their fan base.
Fan base, or the followers, is being built at the same time as the endorsements or testimonials are being developed. And traditionally, this is not being done at the same time. This is sequentially. So somebody, a musician, an actress, will start becoming well-known and famous and build a public, an audience. And after a while, if that notoriety is strong enough, maybe some brands and products will approach him or her to become endorser. It's very different in this case, because bloggers usually start talking about products and brands from day one, before they are even known as a blogger, right? From the first entry, maybe.
PR coordinator for the Rumour Mill, one of Sydney's newest PR agencies, says that bloggers are a vital part of their company as a result of the decline of traditional press within the last 5 years.
Consumers relate more to fashion bloggers these days, especially on social media like Instagram. It's actually one of the biggest sales drivers. If you have something posted on Instagram, you can see the sales being generated. And it used to be that magazines were seen as an authority for fashion, and bloggers were sort of, you wouldn't see them at the front row of fashion shows and things like that, but that dynamic has shifted quite a lot now, and bloggers are seen as an authority on what to buy and what's trending. Classic example is Sydney fashion blogger. She puts something on and it sells out. Things will just sell out if she wears them. It's crazy.
According to a recent report from Marie Claire, Antoinette from Sydney fashion blogger reportedly earns up to $5,000 each time she updates her Instagram feed to more than 837,000 followers. So where do the most successful bloggers get their income? Fashion blogger Brian Boy was reportedly making over $100K a year just through advertising. This is predicted to have quadrupled since then. With added income from appearance fees, sponsors' posts, and social media pictures, they estimate that Brian Boy would now be on a 7-figure salary. But for bloggers like Jess, she's just like many other 22-year-olds juggling both work and university commitments in order to make a living. Despite her situation, Jess leaves aspiring bloggers with a word of advice.
There are a lot of successful bloggers out there, but they're kind of the exception. You've got to be extremely great at what you do, and they're passionate about it as well, and I can guarantee that they didn't start out with the intention of making money. So I think to anyone that wants to start blogging, absolutely go ahead, but I wouldn't suggest keeping that intention of I want to make money in the back of your mind, because it's so competitive. The blogging industry is so competitive that it is hard to make money out of it over the long term.
Zara Lynn Bakani, The Vault.